Then if we move on to the run, our run is made of dog kennel panels from Tractor Supply. They are 10 feet long by 6 feet high. We have purchased 2 of them. So this is a 200 square foot run. We liked it because we have doors, and I just secure them with carabiners at night so that no like raccoon or anything that has thumbs can get in here. We have a predator apron along the bottom, which is just garden fencing. I thought I had it out here, but we don't. Garden fencing. Ideally you should use hardware cloth, but the hardware cloth was probably triple the price of this, so we only spent $35 for the garden fencing, which was 1 roll. These dog kennel panels, the first year we bought them were $3.99, and then last year we extended the run and bought them again, and they went up to $4.99. So the most expensive thing we have bought is 100% these dog panels. We have a rat trap box out here. We don't have rats, but it's just more of a precautionary thing. But if they ever do come around, we have something in place. And it's also so the chickens can't eat something and get poisoned. So if we move on to our roof here, this is very janky, but it works. We made a roof out of a clear tarp so that we could still let sunlight in, and just a bunch of scrap metal that we got from our neighbor who actually moved out and was cleaning out her garage. She had us come over. She's like, take whatever you want. So my boyfriend took a lot of these metal pieces that we use. We pitched it at an angle so that the water runs down, and then we have another clear tarp on this end. This end still gets very wet, but we have a piece of 2x4 that's running along there just to kind of make a pitch to help water run off. Again, more clear tarps to help with water drainage. You come around, these panels are sitting on scrap stoneware. We had a stone wall in the front of the house that was just collecting water, so it got broken down, and we've used scrap pieces of the rock wall to level out these dog kennel panels. They're dug into the ground, and then as you can see, we use the garden fencing as a predator apron. We definitely need to add more dirt. It kind of got washed out over the winter just due to snow, rain, that kind of thing. You come over here to Chief's little bachelor pen, which we use as an isolation pen, a transition pen, and a bachelor pen. We made this last summer because we were getting new chicks and we needed a way to transition them into the flock without them getting hurt. And the dog kennel we have there, which we also use as an isolation pen, was too small for how many chicks we had. So we built this again out of scrap material. We did buy the chicken wire. The chicken wire was like 30 bucks for an entire roll, and it built this entire thing. That baby gate is scrap material that we found, and again, more of these metal pieces, these gray metal pieces that we were just using as like a frame to support it. We moved in, rebuilt the basement stairs, and we have this scrap wood. Obviously, you can see used to be staircases. We use that to build like a coop for them to sleep in at night, and then just a tarp over top. It's kind of a mess right now just because we haven't been using it. And then we have another clear tarp right here to keep it dry, and it, believe it or not, the whole thing does stay dry. Come up over here. This is a car hood that was on this property when we bought it. Just there was a bunch of junk. This shed definitely used to be like a workshop shed or something that they used, and we found this giant car hood that we use to keep that portion of the run dry. You can see there's some more chicken wire up top just to fill in the gaps to make sure no predators can get in. I'll take you inside. You can let me in, okay? Come on. I gotta get in. Oh, okay. So this is a support beam. This thing is solid. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's steel, what kind of metal it is. Iron, but it's extremely solid. We dug it into the ground and it supports the car hood, which is extremely heavy. We used it right here, just as like a brace. We have extra fencing panels, obviously because we have this wall, so we didn't need a fence panel here, that we just used as a roofing portion. When we extended the run, we had another extra panel piece because we just brought it cut off right here before, right where this little barrier is. We just use this so it doesn't get washed out from the rain. So we have another fencing panel on top to provide total predator protection, and then we use just more garden fencing on top to fill in any gaps that there were between the two fencing panels. All of these roost bars are just scrap wood from the yard, from tree limbs. We had a dead tree that fell in the yard and I made this ladder out of the dead tree branches, and I at first thought it was going to be a really bad idea, but they love it, so we're keeping it. Again, just more scrap wood that we're using right here, so that when it rains and the water comes, it doesn't totally wash out all of the dirt that's in here, and it keeps it kind of level. Okay, their ramp right here, more scrap wood. We put in like little stairs almost so that they don't just slide down it. We made a little landing that meets with the window, and then just like a support beam so that they can't knock off the ramp. So it just like leans against this piece right here. It just leans against that piece so that they can't knock it off. And they love it. As you can see, the window right here. This is why we could never, I mean, maybe not never, but we don't use an auto door just because this is a large source of ventilation for the coop, this window, because there's no other functional windows inside the coop. So this is extremely important that we can keep it open. In the summertime, when it gets really hot and I want to keep it open, I just close the bug screen right here to keep them safe from predators, but still allows airflow. And then, since we have these panels on top, I can definitely hang a lot of stuff. So you can see we're hanging their feeder from it, hanging the omelet toys from it, and that's pretty much it. This is a 200 square foot run that we might be extending again this summer. Not necessarily 100 more square feet, but we might have a little extension we can put on just this side. So we'll see. We might be running into some more scrap fencing material that we can use. But yeah, this is our coop. We go to the back just so you can kind of see the whole thing. Yeah, there it is.